yeah, I'm live now. Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Shauna from Shop the Hood, a TV show focused on promoting minority-owned businesses with a heavy focus on Black-owned businesses. So for those people who are on my where are we at? Who are on my TikTok account, I am also streaming live on Yushmoob. And I've got some great. I'll be answering questions both in TikTok, that'll be there, as well as Yushmoob. So I've got my computer here, and oh my god, where's my iPad? I came prepared. I got like all my devices. Hopefully, I can keep up with everything, because that's just one woman trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, baby. Yeah. So I know that people were asking me yesterday, how she's okay. I don't I don't like the fact that this is going to be on YouTube permanently. Okay. Um yeah, I'm most comfortable like not wearing pants. So that's a me thing. Um but yeah, so I know yesterday people were asking about how to be on the TV show. And to be on Shop the Hood, and Shop the Hood is on a new Black owned TV channel called Nosy Bystander TV. We are on Roku. We're a streaming service just like Disney and Netflix and everybody else. But we're on Roku, which allows you to stream our TV shows on your phone, your laptop, and iPad, no matter where you are. As long as you have internet connection, you can watch the TV shows. And the shows that we create from all the creators or all the TV hosts stay there. Just unless I accidentally delete it, like in a weird screw up, but they stay there indefinitely. Hey, hey from Philly, how you feeling? Only on the hood, baby. Only on the hood. So to be on the TV show, what I'm going to do is I am going to start um, going live more often on a regular weekly basis. Most likely it'll be every Monday at 8 o'clock. If we have to adjust the time, we will adjust the time, and I'll make an announcement in regard to that. But every week we'll gather here, uh, specifically speaking of being on the TV show, and get into some interesting topics that you want to discuss or not discuss, or what do you want to talk about in regards to your business. But what we're talking about primarily will be focusing on a topic that I will be having on a live show this coming Friday the 27th. I will have three business owners. The third one has pre-confirmed. So I'll have three business owners on the TV show. And yes, it's a real TV show. Like, YouTube is fabulous and it's a wonderful place. But we also have a TV channel. We are a real network, Nosy Bystander TV, and we have real shows. We provide real entertainment. And what I do want to provide is something more educational as well as informative and sharing. So like I always believe in sharing the good stuff. If you can't share the good stuff, get away from me. Like you can share some bad stuff and it could be funny for 15 seconds, but please do not, and I will tell people quickly, do not use me as a dumping ground. So the three ways of being on the TV show, you have the option of one, choosing to uh, purchase ad space. For Black-owned businesses, the price is insanely low, and we can discuss that quietly offline. For the second option, being on the panel, and being on the panel is easier to have discussions on the YouTube channel because it allows for a little bit more freedom of conversation than it does here. And that allows us to have more in-depth conversations. I know that there are some limitations here, so uh, make sure I'm streaming in all the areas and analytics. And that's it's an option for people to like come if they want to be on the TV show. YouTube, make sure I'm yeah. It allows you to have the option of being on the show and being on one of the panelists, where we will also discuss your business, but also get into discussions in regard to Black issues in the Black community, especially as Black women and business owners, and pretty much in alignment with hashtag Pink Takeover, so that so people can understand our perspective, our truth. And sometimes we have to have uncomfortable conversations with ourselves, and just to share each other's perspectives on what we're thinking, how we're feeling, and the excitement of it all. So then that's the third option of being on the show, and that's being featured. So if you want to be featured on the show, um, I'd like to be on the panel. Yeah. If you want to be featured on the show, the features are like the categories in which I do the groupings. So I have done, I just did Black owned beverage brands, and the Black owned beverage brands that just aired this past Friday had a wonderful, I should have one, I should have one of those ginger drinks up here because that ginger snap thing just, yeah, that's delicious. It's like so light and refreshing. I thought I was going to be like really, really overpowering. It is not. Do I have the bottle here? Because I was just going to show it one more time, but no, I threw it away. I threw it in a trash, but it's okay. But yeah, we have to be able to create a space that makes it easier for us to shop and more fun to shop with one another and to have great conversations, laugh and giggle, and sometimes like shed a tear or something. You just never know what can happen on the panel. Yeah, like we are like women are we have so much different depth to us, and we have to make sure that we start to open up some of the floodgates of what's been trapped in heavy on our that we've been carrying the burden of being a Black woman and the issues in our community. And so that's, if you want to, like when I do the categories, you've got like Black owned beverage brands. I've done the Black owned sneaker brands and the lingerie episode. So I really do try to, if you want to be featured, or if you have a business and we've already done the features, just let me know. And I'll, like, let's say you've got a Black owned sneaker brand and you're not on that particular episode, I will add you in. I know that right now I have at least one other beverage brand that wants to be added in, and I'll be adding that, probably either late this evening or early tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm multitasking. Now all my devices are all like working together finally. And I just want to have fun with it. I want to make sure that people can understand that Black women do need our own space sometimes. Like we definitely need our own space, and just to have conversations with one another, to talk and to get into these conversations. We have to have these conversations. And why not have like Black owned businesses in our ad spaces so that we're actually actively pouring back into our community when you see something that you like. And what I was actually thinking about earlier this evening, where can I find Black owned shop products? Like, what do you mean shop products? Sandy Beach. Like, hair care products? Like, what kind of shop? Like, that's maybe because I'm old school. I think shop and I'm thinking like working on cars and bleeding brakes. My dad had me helping him bleed brakes when I was a kid. So when I hear shop, I think mechanical. But yeah, we really have to get into some really good conversations, and I think it behooves us to have a great platform to do so. Shoe equals buy, where to buy. Shoe. Hey, Glampin. The Glampin's on my TV show. I meant the people. So sorry. I meant the people on your show. Oh, we average. Yes, it depends. Like I just did this one service already in regard to like spas. If you don't know of a Black owned spa, like I can add that. I just did that a couple weeks. Actually, that was the first episode of the year. I meant people on your show. Where can we find Black owned show? The people on the show, like what we put up QR codes for everyone who's on the show, and we give all the information so that people know exactly where these their social media account is. Or are you gonna YouTube? I'm on YouTube right now. So if you guys want to come over to YouSchmoob, I'm on YouSchmoob. I'm on YouSchmoob right now. I'm double dipping, like I'm there and here, because yeah, I'm gonna use the YouTube channel as the filtering for it's for me it's easier because it allows it to be much more it's more user friendly in regard to having open discussions, because there are some things I can't say on TikTok, and then I don't want to be here on TikTok and not be on and not be on Instagram or not be on Facebook. So as time goes on, I will mention the people who are rocking with me on those platforms. So like, hey, we've got a YouTube channel. Every Monday night, 8 p.m., we will go live on YouTube and have these discussions. So right now, shop the hood, shop the hood. And yeah, and you'll see like the swoosh of hashtag Pink Takeover. And actually, there is also a link in my bio. So if you, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I was wanting to I wanted to actually exit out of TikTok and just be on the YouTube channel, but I know that some people are just like, I'm gonna just stay on TikTok and just be here. It's okay, but it's easier for me. Like how I'm gonna do this is for the people who are in the YouTube channel and we're having these conversations. It'll be easier for me to allow people from all different social media platforms to come to the channel here on YouTube, and we can get into some discussions in that way. I can pick out who I want to be on the show. This way, for me, it's a little bit more fair. Because like if you come to the YouTube channel, I don't know if you're coming from TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. Yeah. Hey, can you say the word on YouTube? I don't know. You know what? I'll look into that. That's great. I have a YouTube channel as well. I'm excited. Yeah, I feel like it's the most. Can I comment on Facebook? Yeah, you can comment on in my Facebook account. I'm not a big Facebooker, but I'm gonna quickly have to be because this as the months go on, and this is why I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to overwhelm myself. Because we've got plenty of time. As the months go on, like you will see us slowly spreading to all the platforms in like a pretty systematic way, and which will be very intentional that how we're doing this. We found each other, Kat, Jasmine, and I found each other here on TikTok because of the Black Girl Follow Train. But the Black Girl Follow Train isn't on YouTube, or it's not on Instagram, and it's not on Facebook. Like it's only like here. So we have to move. And the funny thing is, the movement has moved. Hey, Blair, the movement has moved off of Facebook, and there are a lot of people who on other platforms who do know about this. But we want to have a bigger footprint in those areas. But at the end of the day, like the idea of like jumping into everything all at once at the same time and just going does not excite me, and I think seems a little bit more chaotic. And plus there's so much more going on behind the scenes with hashtag Pink Takeover. With hashtag Pink Takeover, we are, oh my God, we're working on we're working on a lot of stuff, and we're making sure that there's clarity in regards to what the move is and what the move isn't. Gotcha. Are you going to put your shows on YouTube? My TV shows for my TV channel, my network, are not going to be on the YouTube channel, because you can just go to you can go to our network. The link is in my bio, and I put in on the playlist for Nosy Bystander TV. Teaches you exactly how to get to our channel. So the shows that we have on our TV network aren't going to be on the YouTube channel, because we have a TV network. YouTube is a wonderful platform, fabulous, but we're not going to do that. Would you go live with Shop the Hood on Facebook pages to allow you to? So what I'm also going to do, it's a slow progress. Like right now I'm streaming on YouTube, but at next Monday, what I want to do is stream to all platforms, so I can actually stream to YouTube, Facebook, and but I'm on something called StreamYard, and I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to see the chat in that way, and the same way that you would if I was just solely on Facebook. But that is also a learning process, because I at this point have to relearn Facebook. I haven't used it in so long. I've been off of Facebook for quite some time, so I have to relearn it. Do you have an email? Yes, I use my company email, or my personal business email, but we're working on a whole new website for hashtag Pink Takeover. So we'll be dropping that in March, so that because what's going to happen is, and we know there's going to be there's going to be a dip in excitement, which is normal and which is expected. There's going to be a dip in excitement, and then when end of March, beginning of April hits, it's going to tick back up again. Hey, what time for what, Sandy Beach? What time for? Did I miss a question? Do you have email? What time? What time for what? What time am I going live? So yeah, I'm gonna go live here on my YouTube channel. It'll be once a week, every Monday. And if I add more days in, I'll definitely make sure on all platforms everybody knows that. You TV show. My TV show airs every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But even if you miss it, you can watch it anytime. Like you can watch all my previous shows right now. There's you can just click on an episode. You can scroll. I think the first two are behind a paywall because we're just like Netflix. The whole channel's behind a paywall. But my TV shows are free. My TV from December until my TV shows are free. Yeah. Hey, good evening. How you doing, pumpkin pretty pieces? Yeah, because during December, I really wanted to make sure people knew that where all these Black-owned businesses were, because there's so many, and I didn't want to put that behind a paywall. And so I think that there are already enough hurdles for Black-owned business owners, but please be conscious. Shop the Hood TV. So no, it's not Shop the. Yeah. So it is Shop the Hood TV show. That's my TV show. Our network is called Nosy Bystander TV. So if you have Roku, you can go onto Nosy Bystander TV on Roku, and you see our TV channel. And then once you're on the channel, there are literally 15 TV shows on our network. I've got about 15 TV shows on our network. And so before I forget, God, how can I forget this? So the exciting news, hold on to your panties for this one. So do you guys remember the young lady who, oh yeah, here it is. Do you guys remember the young lady who came up with the Flexin My Complexion? Karis? I remember this young lady because 6 years ago, but I was on Facebook back then. I was on Facebook, but I thought she had an awesome story because she had this, she was bullied because she was dark skinned. And guess whose publicist reached out to me? So tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to go live with her discussing her new book. Right. And the funny thing is, okay, so this is an awesome book. I actually just read it. It's for children, but this is an amazing book. Utterly purposeful, utterly poignant, proper timing. Just this and then the craziest thing is, so I tried to find the book. It's sold out. So I'm in the Philadelphia region. It's sold out in almost every store. But the one store, you know what store I found it in? The Black-owned bookstore. I found it in the Black-owned bookstore. I am insanely excited. She's a wonderful young lady. I'm trying to figure out what she has such a great support system that definitely does kind of pull you in, because hey, and you always have to keep reminding yourself, she's just 16. She's just 16. She sings, she dances, she has her own clothing line. She was the youngest person in New York Fashion Week ever, the youngest designer in New York Fashion Week. So yeah, I'm insanely excited. And the funny thing is, I was actually looking for Black writers who have inspirational books, and also writers who have books for kids for financial literacy and everything else. And this kind of felt, I love the book. It's very straight to the point, very upfront, and just really simple for kids to understand, and awesome graphics. So tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, we'll be going live discussing her book and anything else that she wants to discuss, because she's hey, IG's Boutique. She is she has a great perspective and a great handle on race issues and colorism. She's been experiencing racism and colorism her entire life. She's a dark-skinned Black woman or a young lady, and she's in the beginning stage of growing into her own. And I find that I find it amazing that she's conscientious enough to write a book about the things that she experienced as a young child, so that other young girls can possibly, find a little bit more resolve in the issues that they may have to face as they get older, especially young, like for anybody in the room who's a Black girl, we've all experienced that. We've all had that experience of experiencing racism in some insane, bizarre way, shape, or form. And I think she's handling herself well. And I think people have to remind themselves she's still a little girl. She's 16. She's still a teenager. I think what she's doing, the amount of notoriety that she's experiencing, and she's handling it really well with such good grace, and still being a teenager. And that kind of goes to the credit of, her family, like her support system. And I don't think people quite realize how important your family is. That's why I chose high school to teach. They are so innovative. They are. And that's like, being a teacher in this day and age is extremely difficult. So kudos to you, because I know I couldn't do it. Sometimes I can't stand being on a bus or train with a whole bunch of kids. So that's the reality. That's like, I think it's the age difference, and I think how they communicate is so much different than how we communicated when we were younger. And I kind of have to remind myself of that. But if you ever get into a conversation like one-on-one, or just a small group of teenagers, hey, how you feeling, Trey? It really does kind of point to the fact that these kids are thinking more about adulthood than we think they are. And this is why they're feeling a really disillusion as to what's some disillusion as to like their future, because I think what they're seeing is in real time, being stripped of a lot of rights, and what like employment possibilities do they really have? There's so many different levels of conversations you can have with a young kid, but then you have to remind yourself they're still kids, but just like their perspective may be a little bit fresher than yours, and just a little bit different, because we're looking at things as adults, and I've already done that, and this is my experience with it, where the young kids are just like, I see how this has happened with other people in my ethos, and I just don't want to experience that. There has to be a better way and an easier way. I'm not quite sure. And it really will have to take a whole bunch of discussion to figure out. Sometimes, like, we really do need to kind of tear apart the system and start all over. We are stripped of rights. We must work for ourselves. Yeah, and this is, for #Pink Takeover, it really is. It's a simple idea and a simple concept. It's a simple concept and a simple idea. Whereas we want people to understand what we're working toward is, I don't want to say complete self-sustaining possibilities, but shoring up our business community. From my side of my TV show, I want to get into deeper conversations, more educational information in regard to a lot of stuff. Hey, Tease with Tanza, how you feeling? More conversational things in regard to that, and educating the masses. In my mind, like, I know for people who've been rocking with me for a minute, a couple weeks ago when I dropped that episode, the first episode of the year, I found a spa in the DC area called, oh my God, now I forgot the name of the spa. Salamander. It is like it's the only like 5-diamond, 3-star, like a 5-star Forbes #1 ultra glamorous top tier hotel in the DC area. It's the only one. And that's thanks to a woman called Sheila Johnson. She is the ex-wife of Bob Johnson. We must group together now, then move as a unit. Yeah. And everything, I think, starts with women. Everything, from my perspective, everything starts with Black women. Everything really kind of starts with Black women. And we just have to be very intentional and really honest with ourselves in regards to a lot of things. But with Sheila Johnson, I saw one of her interviews. If you ever get a chance, look her up on her, look up the Salamander in the DC area. And they link a video or interview that she did, and she stated that, you know, she was wanting to have some other content on the network. And you start to think about what other content could you have on a TV show, on a TV channel that provides a lot of entertainment. And the only thing that you could provide would be education. But we never got that. But I know all the songs from the from the 80s to like the early 2000s, thanks to BET, because we watch it so much. Now, how different would all of our lives be if instead of learning like the latest rap song and the roof songs like that? Yeah. Can't sing too much on YouTube because copyright infringement issues, and I don't want them to shut me down. Yeah, but you have to be mindful, like the things that were impressed upon us. Really, what am I doing with like songs from the 80s and 90s trapped in my head? Unless I'm on like a trivia show and I can win $1 million knowing some weird stuff. Like typically, it's not gonna be that helpful. But if we were taught like financial literacy and balancing a checkbook and starting a business, and things could have been completely different for a lot of us. Starting real work on filling our community cup. Yeah. Teach a Black woman, she'll teach the world. Yeah. And it's really like, I'm not quite sure in what country this, they mentioned this, but and I remember years ago, and I was in Africa, and they said, you know, that we teach the women first. We teach the mothers first, because a mother will teach her children. Doesn't make a difference. Like you got boys or girls, like a mother will always teach her children. I was trying to get on ETV to teach leather, but it didn't work out. Teach leather, like how to tan leather. You know how to tan leather, like from the cowhide, and strip the hairs off and put it in like, what is that? You have to put in like lime, or sit in a bowl of lime. Oh, leather work. Okay. Yeah, I'm chock full of a whole bunch of weird stuff. I watch a variety of television. Make leather goods. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, like there is hey, alter ego. There's just so much out there that I think people don't really, I think people are looking at social media in a way that may not be completely helpful to them. And hey, how are you, anointed one? Anointedly made me. Yeah.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
You shocked me. The dogs are perfectly quiet.
I can start screaming and yelling, but I'm pacing myself out tonight. I got so much work to get done. I got a ton of work to get done tonight, so I'm pacing myself out. So what you?
With my glass of wine. I'm looking forward to that time.
Okay. No, I'm not a wine drinker. I tried drinking. Like I think I actually gave up trying to learn how to drink when I was like 30. And then I was like, okay, I'm a professional quitter. Like I think I've had enough. Yeah. I think I have had enough. And yeah, I just don't, I don't taste like nuttiness or bouquet. I wish I did. It would be nice to understand what people are talking about. But I just taste, it tastes fire. It's like, I just taste fire. It just burns. Yeah, it just burns like, yeah. But like a nice cup of hot chocolate, nothing beats a nice cup of hot chocolate. And I just realized I got a bag of candy cane hot chocolate that I haven't cracked open yet. I bought it from this Black-owned business, and then I went to go back, I think, and I don't think they're a Black-owned business anymore. I think that the proprietor sold it recently. So I'm like,
oh, that's not good.
I'm like, what? I'm like, I can't put you in the show then. I'm like, not like I don't like the guy. Like he can be fabulous, but it's not a Black-owned business no more. Yeah, I think the show also Shop the Hood. Really, it helps. Like I just want to help as many Black-owned businesses who just need that extra step and that extra boost in regards to marketing and media attention, because I know that getting on TV is not the answer. There's no one trick that'll be the answer to solving your business woes or your business marketing, but it is a step in the right direction. And since like 90% of the people who follow the show are Black women, You
I
know,
can see that.
yeah, 90%. It only makes sense to provide ads to our community in the way that we are most receptive of as Black women. And since as a Black girl, I know what I like. I know what I like. Yeah, there's so much. Oh my God. Um, yeah, there's a lot. There's so much, and I'm trying not to touch my face. That's why my like hands like. So if you ever notice, like this is my sarcoidosis. Like my eyes get puffy, so I'm trying not to touch my face because the more I touch my face, the darker it gets. I'm like, oh yeah.
Wow, that's like my asthma. My eyes, when my asthma is flaring up, and it's not really a big flare up, but if my breathing just changes because maybe there's some inflammation in my lungs that not really causing a problem, but it's like altering my breathing,
Mm-hmm.
my eyes are turned black, like little raccoon eyes.
Yep. Yeah. It's just yeah. So do you have a business?
I do. I have a herbal business, and I basically promote natural healing through the use of herbs. I like to use a mix of herbs to have a complete holistic kind of healing in the body. And so I use them in salves, oils, teas, bath soaks, and other forms. I can do tinctures and some other things, but those are more specific. We have to have a conversation to do those.
Now I'm not trying to figure out where you live. I'm just in what major city are you closest to? How about that?
Chicago.
Okay, go ahead, Chi-Town. So you must be excited right about now because in a couple days, actually, I swear my social media feeds on both platforms are like kicking in a little bit more black content every other day. Like every day, I get more and more different content that I'm used to seeing, and I'm just like, what? It's that time of the year again. Yeah. Yes, so the algorithm actually works in our favor this time of the year. It's like the one rare time of the year where being a Black owned business, if you're posting correctly like several times a day to get into the limelight of the algorithm liking you, you could do some damage. Like you could definitely increase your following and possibly encourage that to be turned into sales. Yeah.
Thank you. I will try that.
I'm just saying, just post 3 times a day doesn't make any difference. At like I would say two to 3 times a day post about your tinctures and what you do, and make it fun and engaging, so people get to know you for you as that woman who sells that. And oh my God, yeah. If my account can grow from 2 to 40 some odd thousand, girl, your account can grow. Like I thought our chief nosy bystander, the head of the network, was kidding when she said all you have to do is just be more social. And it really is true. You have to be social on social media. Just stitch, duet, all the tricks here, like telling the algorithm that you're trying to build a community. And yeah, the algorithm loves that. Oh, you want to build a community? The algorithm wants you to encourage people to stay on the platform. So if you can go to encourage people to stay on the platform or come to the platform and kind of sit for a while, oh yeah, they'll keep sending people your way, because the whole purpose of TikTok is for people to sit here and watch more videos. Sit here, and then 6 hours later, like, oh my God, the whole day just got away from me. Yes, 6 hours later, you're just like, what happened? Yeah. But
I do it so much, they've been blocking me. They blocked me from liking people. They blocked me from commenting. They blocked my emails.
Oh, so you have you're part of the Black Girl Follow train?
Yeah. That's how I stayed on. Yeah. If it wasn't for that, I would not have been on TikTok. I mean, my pups, they have their own TikTok page, but they do their own little thing over there. But I never thought to put my business on TikTok into the follow train.
Really?
Really, yeah. I have a presence on Facebook. I've had a presence on Facebook because I started this business last year.
Mm-hmm.
Because of, the pandemic. I was kind of pushed into it because I was helping people out, and they was like, it's your time, do it. And as a result of that, I was dealing with sciatic pain, and I couldn't see my chiropractor. So I said, you know what? If I'm doing this over here, there has to be herbs out there to help with this pain that I cannot get over.
Mm-hmm.
There was no relief for it. And I found some herbs, mixed them together, and was able to get rid of my sciatica pain in less than 2 months. And I haven't had any pain since then.
Wow.
It healed all the nerve damage that was a result. And I had sciatica for over 20 years, spent thousands of dollars with chiropractors, my doctors, all other kind of treatments. I did everything I could think of, and nothing would take that pain away for no more than a day.
Wow.
And so I really suffered during the pandemic.
That's one second. It's going to sound weird, but 1 second. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for coming to the YouTube channel. I'll see you again next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, to talk more about what's going on Shop the Hood. And this will be the local area where we will coordinate and find people who want to be on a TV show. So have a wonderful night. I'll see you next week. Bye.